We'll find out how a Frisbee tournament helped in the fight against cancer.
And we'll meet some rising young visual artists at the Senior Portfolio Show.
All this and more coming up about Towne.
Hi everyone, I'm Susan Comyab.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman. We're so glad you could join us as we get ready for the 2014 Dragon Boat Kite and Lantern Festival.
Which I cannot wait for. Last year was so much fun.
It was fun, so much fun that we're planning another edition of Discover Irving for this year's festival, so stay tuned for all the details.
And sports fans who are waiting for the NFL draft this week can get a head start in the game with my interview with Tom Welling, one of the stars of the new movie Draft Day.
As always, we invite you to email us your comments and let us know about things you'd like to see and events you'd like to promote.
So please email us at ictn@cityofirving.org. As anyone who has battled cancer knows, early recognition is critical, but it's especially critical for youngsters. So the second annual Ultimate Frisbee Tournament was a fun way to raise money and call attention to this important issue. Here's a look. It's a sport that not everyone may be familiar with, but today, Ultimate Frisbee is about more than playing the game. It's about raising awareness for a good cause. Eric's second annual Huck Cancer Ultimate Frisbee Tournament is a one-day event that continues to leave a powerful impact for everyone involved.
Huck Cancer began 5 years ago when Eric Ahrens was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor. In San Francisco, they've raised over $250,000 for Livestrong over the past 5 years. Eric gave our organization, the blessing to bring it to Dallas last year, and so we've raised, I think, $35,000 for early recognition is critical in 2 years.
For founder Jim Gerenser, this fundraiser is more than just about raising money. Jim's son Eric had been dealing with cancer since he was 8. But it wasn't until 2 years ago that the worst was yet to come. When Eric started experiencing problems, he hesitated to share with his father.
He didn't tell me or my girlfriend at the time, but he told a friend, and his friend told us, and it kind of got us motivated to get him to that doctor, and immediately found out that he had a tumor in his abdomen, growing double and by the day, super aggressive form. And we were able to get him in early. We caught it stage 2, which is a huge part of early recognition. Is critical. You know, that's the key. And we started putting words together. I started thinking about Eric's name, and E, early, came together. I is critical. So we started working it out. It all seemed to work pretty good.
Eric looks at this tournament as a chance for youth to take notice of any irregularities or differences in their bodies.
Putting your body to use, really shows, it gives you the opportunity to realize when something's wrong. So just that right there means, hey, if you have the slightest thought at all really that something might not be right, it's just, hey, speak up and tell someone so that they can be aware and that you can follow up. And the worst thing that could happen is that you do have it, or maybe you don't, and then it's a good feeling knowing that you don't have it also.
Having this event in his son's honor and seeing the incredible turnout and support from the Frisbee community is an indescribable feeling for Jim.
I can't explain it in words what it feels like. I could probably show you some tears of joy, but to have the support from the community is incredible. We definitely have a tremendous group of people. I helped start the Dallas community back in 1979, so it's really exciting to see it still going strong in 2014. To have this going and to be in respect to what my son's been going through, it's incredible. Yeah, it's just a fantastic feeling, and we're looking forward to Huck Cancer 3 already.
Now, thankfully, going through remission, Eric looks at every day in a different aspect than before.
No one can really understand unless you've been through it, but there's you definitely appreciate every day. Even gloomy days, it's like, it's really beautiful, and it's really just a blessing to be here each and every day and be healthy.
And from what I gathered, Ultimate Frisbee is a sport that everyone is grateful to be playing. With such a strong community and a rapid growth, the big question here is, how exactly do you play this game?
The simplest way I can say Ultimate Frisbee is a mixture between soccer and football. Soccer is a lot of running, and so is Frisbee. And in football, you score in the end zone, same as Frisbee. We get a big misconception that we play disc golf, and it's nothing like disc golf because disc golf's really stagnant, and Ultimate is more of an active sport.
It's a sport with a strong community and a close bond that allows players from all over to unite for a good time, and in today's case, also help out for an important cause.
This tournament is just, it's for our community to stand up to cancer and not let it beat
And we know when the world-renowned Dance Theater of Harlem comes to town, they do it in a big way. Along with the exhibit, the company showed us why they have a worldwide reputation for excellence and a sold-out performance that's still generating buzz throughout the Metroplex. Here are some highlights.
Good evening, and welcome to our first big event of the year.
The pre-show reception for the Dance Theater of Harlem's performance was standing room only. The first hint that something very special was about to happen.
I'm so excited that you're here tonight to see the Dance Theater of Harlem Company.
There was anticipation for what promised to be a breathtaking performance.
The program tonight is going to be very varied. You're going to get to see many different kinds of expression.
But there was also a sense that history was being made.
Yes, the company was put on hiatus in 2004 for financial reasons. We thought that it was going to be maybe a month, maybe couple of months.
That hiatus lasted 8 long years, but that period has ended with this tour. The Dance Theater of Harlem has been reborn, and the concert at the Irving Arts Center is part of that history.
So the company that you're going to see tonight is the new Dance Theater of Harlem. We carry forward Arthur Mitchell's vision of changing the lives of people through art.
The company features 18 very talented and fiercely determined young dancers, including Towne and Ashley Murphy.
I actually started dancing when I was 3 years old. I started because I was a gymnast, and they required us to take ballet class for an hour each day before our gym session.
But an injury when she was in 5th grade changed her course.
Could no longer do gymnastics, so I stuck with dance, and it's been dance ever since.
Towne also began his dance training at an early age, and when it was time to start his professional career, he contacted Dance Theater of Harlem.
They were looking for males for like an immediate hire right away, so I sent my materials to them and they emailed me back, and I went there for an audition for 3 days, and I met Mr. Mitchell for the very first time, and it was a completely awe-inspiring experience.
As soon as I graduated from high school, I came to Dance Theater of Harlem, and it was such a great atmosphere to be in, and it was very nurturing for my dancing, so it was like a dream come true.
And I remember meeting Ashley Murphy there, and seeing her and seeing so many other dancers of color who were my age and who were at we were all in the same place in our lives, just wanting to work hard and to do our best.
Ashley and Towne danced a beautiful pas de deux in a new signature piece.
And we're also doing a new piece that was choreographed last year for the company called Gloria by our resident choreographer, Robert Garland.
The new work incorporates the company's legacy of community outreach.
I'm really excited that you're going to get to see some of your young people on the stage with us, because the first ballet was created for the new Dance Theater of Harlem Company as a way for dance theater to continue to go into the communities that we visit on tour and make a connection. And so we have 8 lovely young ladies from one of the schools here in Irving who are going to be on the stage performing in Gloria.
Whenever we tour, we actually do some movement classes and master classes, and any kind of outreach we can to bring dance to people who wouldn't ordinarily see it or get to be a part of it.
The new Dance Theater of Harlem Company is on a mission to entertain, to challenge, to inspire.
Most people think that classical ballet is, stiff and rigid, and it's always about fairies and sylphs and willies and things like that. But I think one of our missions now, as a part of the new Dance Theater of Harlem, is to bring ballet to the people.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.
To learn more, visit dancetheaterofharlem.org. The Texas and Neighbors Juried Art exhibit has grown in recognition and reputation to become one of the most coveted opportunities for visual artists in the region.
We want the best of the best, and we feel that every year we're able to meet that commitment to our community.
Irving Art Association President Vet was also the chair for this year's exhibit. She's rightfully proud of the quality of the work in this year's show and the association's success in embracing new technologies.
Well, it's been really a challenge to try to stay technologically savvy. This year was our first year where all the entries were done online. There was no paperwork involved. So I have learned way more about Excel spreadsheets than I will probably ever use ever again.
Over 365 works were submitted in 4 categories: oil and acrylic, water media, mixed media, and drawing. 2014 juror Julio Suarez had quite a challenge selecting the work to include in this year's show.
The work here is exquisite, and it's really, it was very difficult to make choices, but I'm just very proud to be a part of this event, and I think the artist's work speaks for itself.
To assist him in that challenge, Suarez considered 6 elements: creativity, craftsmanship, composition, content, communication, and finally, charisma, that elusive quality that makes a work of art unique. And Vet says there's another quality that characterizes the exhibit as a whole.
I would say that color is the key to this one. There are so many vibrant colors for whatever your taste is in art. And I think that coupling it with the beautiful flower arrangements, I mean, it's just fantastic.
The Chocolate Rose once again partnered with the Irving Art Association to create extraordinary floral arrangements as companions to the artwork. Design manager Ted Brule says he also considered color in his designs.
So I wanted to repeat that in my design with some things out front of the container as well as back into it, and then just get the colors of the blacks and oranges and browns together.
Along with cash prizes for the top awards, the Irving Art Association also selects a promising high school student for their annual scholarship award. This year's recipient was Sydney Ferris.
I'm planning to go into architecture, or at least as a bachelor's degree. It's a 4-year bachelor's program and then a 2-year master's program, and I'm not sold on architecture as a career. And I'd kind of like to use it as a stepping stone or as leverage to be able to get an interesting design job, because that's such a huge field. And so that's the plan now. We'll see where that takes me in the next 4 years.
With work of this quality, her talent will likely take her very far. As the Texas and Neighbors Art Exhibit approaches its 30th year, it continues to nurture regional artists and encourage Irving's rising stars. This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.
The Texas and Neighbors Juried Art Exhibit continues through June 7th in the Irving Arts Center main gallery.
If you think of the golden years, that would be the 60s, 70s, and beyond, as a place for little old ladies to make scrapbooks, then you never met Virginia Gordon or any of the vivacious ladies who have earned the Ms. Mature Irving crown and sash. Virginia's with us today, along with longtime pageant coordinator Pat Davenport, with some news on preparations for this year's show. I am so glad to see you guys.
Thank you.
And Pat, I want to ask you to start right out with, you guys are already looking for ladies who would like to compete in this year's show. Can you tell us how folks can get involved?
Oh yes, you just need to contact me at Heritage Senior Center, 972-721-2496, and I can get you an application, or you can just come by.
All right,
You
great.
have to be 60 years old or older, and you have to have lived in Irving for at least a year.
Okay, so you have to be 60. I'm not quite there yet, but look out, I'm on my way. And you have to have lived in Irving. That part I'm going to have to get figured out. When do you need the applications by?
We start rehearsals July 14th.
Okay.
So if I can get them by July 7th, we're good.
All right, good deal. So, Virginia, I want to ask you, I was there last year when you were crowned Ms. Mature Irving. So I've got the insight on how much fun y'all have backstage. So I want you to tell me how the year has been, how much fun it's been as the reigning Ms. Mature.
It has been wonderful. It has been absolutely wonderful. You meet so many interesting people, and through the pageant you grow to have self-confidence and poise in meeting people.